Hey everyone, this is day 4 of my mission to remember the year 2026. Today we drove to Tombstone, Arizona, the site of the famous altercation at the OK Corral with Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday. I'm really going to try to not use certain words because I'm afraid it'll be flagged for violence. So I'm going to be careful, but it was a really cool little town and we felt like we stepped into the past. We immediately bought tickets to see the reenactment at the OK Corral because that is the main event and we didn't want to miss that. I learned that the fight took place behind the OK Corral because Doc Holliday was staying there in a little room during his period in Tombstone. And so the Cowboys, the Clanton brothers, and the McLaury brothers were waiting outside to ambush him. You can see the small room for yourself when you're there. So Wyatt Earp and his 2 brothers found out the Cowboys were back there and they had things with them they weren't supposed to carry in town that go bang bang, so they had no choice but to go disarm them, and they brought Doc Holliday along just for some backup.
I haven't got anything. Oh, I don't mean that. I've come to disarm you.
What you see here is the exact spot where it all happened. The figures don't move, but you can hear the scene play out over a loudspeaker, which is still pretty cool and realistic. In an area right next to this official site is where the reenactment itself takes place, which is really fun, and it is put on by local actors who did a great job. There's audience participation, like they tell you to cheer for the good guys or boo for the bad guys, and if the crowd would forget to cheer, they would stop and wait and look over for you to cheer or boo, which was pretty funny. There was a lot of humor as well, so it was a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Cowboys looking for a fight? Now you've got it.
Now put up your hands, boys.
After the reenactment, we walked down the street and we ended up eating lunch at a fun little place. And then we walked down to the Birdcage Theater, which is a real place. It was featured in the movie Tombstone. And you can go inside to the front. They have tours where you can tour the actual back of the theater where everyone's set. Here you can see the tiny steps going up. We didn't take the tour just because we didn't know if we would have time, but next time we might do it. It was still neat to see all this up at the front and the steps. We did get tickets to take a tour of the historic courthouse. There was a lot to see there and we really enjoyed going inside. As you can see, it was built in 1882. On our way out of town, we passed Wyatt Earp's house and went to the Boot Hill Graveyard, which we remember seeing in the movie Tombstone. You can literally see the graves of Frank and Tom McLaury and of Billy Clanton, the Cowboys that were involved in the altercation. Minus Ike Clanton because he ran away. I believe this tombstone was actually shown in the movie Tombstone. When they went to the cemetery, it was there, and it's really here. There were a lot of really interesting and very old tombstones here. We came across Fred White. That was the town marshal. If you remember what happened to him in the movie, he had an altercation with Curly Bill. We enjoyed our time in Tombstone so much that we decided to do the quick 25-minute drive south to Bisbee, Arizona. Bisbee is mentioned in the movie Tombstone, and we realized it's only 12 miles from the Mexican border, so we just had to go. We are talking very southern Arizona, and it felt a bit like driving through Mars. It was a really cool, rocky, mountainous landscape. A surprise that happened is we ended up going through a tunnel that was cut straight through the mountains. So that was really fun. It was straight out of a cartoon from our childhood back in the Wild Wild West where there were tunnels through mountains. We really went through one. As we made this short journey, we also passed Empire Ranch, where a lot of westerns have been filmed, like Bonanza and Gunsmoke. Those were TV series, or The Outlaw Josie Wales, and there were John Wayne movies, and it looked like a great place for that type of setting to be filmed. Before we knew it, we were in Bisbee, and it was a really fun looking town. There were colorful houses built right into the mountain. As we drove through the area, you could see they were just stacked up, and there's tons of steps everywhere to get to them. They had a really cute downtown with lots of stores, shops, places to eat or drink, and there were a lot of couples and people and families walking around. It was a vibrant, energetic environment, and everyone seemed to be having fun. Since we had been in Tombstone most of the day and needed to get back all the way to Tucson, we didn't get out, we just drove around and enjoyed the area, but it is a place we'd be interested in going back to one day. Thanks for joining me on my day 4 of my mission to remember the year 2026. This was an especially memorable day compared to most of my days. But did you do anything today that's memorable? It doesn't have to be this big, it can be smaller, just anything that you recognize that is going in your long-term memory. Let us know here. Let us know about your day, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.